Good afternoon and welcome back to another edition. Pardon the stuffy nose, but it's that time of year. Very special guest today, very special time of year, a 1-year anniversary since the invasion of Ukraine. And so I will allow our students to introduce themselves and then we'll get to a few questions.
Hi, I'm Vlad Lebed. I'm a senior.
I'm Anastasia Lebed and I'm a sophomore.
Thank you for being here today. Really appreciate you guys. So this last year, it's a year anniversary since that invasion. What is it like being a part of the Ukrainian heritage and living here in Parma, in the greater Cleveland area? What are some of the things that have gone on and the conversations and emotions you've experienced in this last year?
I feel like we have a very strong and good Ukrainian community here in Parma, which is really helpful during a difficult time like this especially. So I know me and Anna do Ukrainian camp, and it's like every summer we go to camp, and then we do other things like go to church and Ukrainian school. I know Anna still does that. And
Ukrainian dance, that's a big one.
And like just those little cultural things really help remember Ukraine and really help us just think about Ukraine during this time. And for me, I just love being part of my culture. Like the dance in camp especially. Camp is my favorite thing really to do most of the year, so yeah.
So do you have family? Do you have family in Ukraine?
We have our grandparents, cousins, uncles, aunts. We have a sister there too.
Yeah. Older sister?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Where do they live in relationship to, like I'm trying to picture the country. Are they...
They live in the west.
They live in the west, or a little towards the safer side?
Yes, they are.
They're one state away from Lviv.
From where?
Lviv.
Okay, very good.
So it's it's a big border city.
Right. Is there ever worry about them?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's really worry about how they're living because they turn off the electricity at night and stuff.
Right, right. So my neighbors, for anybody that cares, I have Ukrainian neighbors, Roman and Helena, very nice people. They've been there about 15 years. And I know I've seen them doing things like, especially in that first couple of months where they would come home and he'd be loading up boxes in his van to take them to the airport and ship stuff over and these things. What are some of the things that your community has done to help support the people back home?
Like the camp organization specifically has done a lot every single week, or multiple times a week, I'm pretty sure.
Multiple times.
I know when I'm there at dance, there's multiple parents in another room packing stuff to send to Ukraine, and every Saturday there's always parents down there packing stuff for Ukraine, and whenever they always ask us to bring stuff to donate and whatever we can to help and ship over there.
Specifically, they pack med kits to provide critical care. And even, I think starting today, after we have at our church, it's fish fry, and it's in the same building as our scouts thing. So I know last year we went after and we helped build med kits every single time after fish fry to do as much as we can in our time.
What church do you belong to?
St. Josephite Ukrainian Church.
Oh, yeah. So a year ago, we gathered and we sat in chapel,
Mm-hmm.
right? We sat and talked because we have a pretty good-sized population of actual Ukrainian students and Ukrainian American students here at Padua. What did we talk about? You remember?
Oh, absolutely. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Yeah, what did we talk about?
We talked about how Padua could help us in this time of us worrying about family and how they can help our community. So I know we sold ribbons last year. That's something we discussed at that meeting. And then we raised, I think, $1,000 to give to Cleveland Maidan Association.
Right. So, listen, being peacemakers is a challenging time, especially in the midst of war. Right? And one of the things I want to continue to encourage people, and I put it in this afternoon's update report, right, that we want to pray for peace for Ukraine. We want to pray for peace for Russia. We want because when there is peace, there is not war.
Yes.
Right. What are some other things you might like your classmates or some parents out there to know about the Ukrainian community and some of the blessings of what you belong to?
We have really good pierogies.
You do have wonderful pierogies.
And potato pancakes.
And potato, I love potato pancakes.
Those are my favorite.
Those are,
right?
They're best.
How do you make them? With a little sugar on top? You don't do that? My mom used
sour
to make
cream.
them. With sour cream, and my mom would put a little sugar on top. What are your hopes and prayers for the coming year? When we're here, when you've graduated, and you'll be a senior?
I'll be a junior.
You'll be a junior. So next year this time, right, February 24th or 24th, what are your hopes?
Peace. Really?
Yeah, peace. I hope to go and visit my family in Ukraine.
Me too.
I've always wanted to spend Christmas in Ukraine and see how that's like in the holiday season, so that would be a great thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a really special time, and they get the best snow ever. Every year they always have snow, and it looks so magical.
Yeah, there's some beautiful pictures I've seen that come from that area of the world, right? Are we doing anything in Lent that you're aware of? What are we doing? So we did something special today. What was today? What did we do this morning?
We did 5 minutes of silence.
Yeah, and then you prayed?
I did
Is
pray.
you?
That was me.
And you prayed in English and then in Ukrainian.
I wanted to do every other, so it was a little bit of both, because
Yeah.
we do have Ukrainian refugees at this school who don't speak a lot of English.
Right? It was beautifully done, by the way. And then we did some music in between all the classes. Mr. Steck called me, Mr. DiRocco, is that some Ukraine? I said, you know, Mr. Steck, my Ukrainian's a little rusty. But I'm pretty sure they're saying. I'm just kidding about that. Anything else we're doing for Lent that you're aware of?
Not really.
Well, keep your eyes open. We may do a few things to try and help support the Ukrainian community. We continue for sure to pray for peace. I certainly wish I knew how to say it in Ukrainian. So I'll tell you this, moms and dads and Padua Community, we will continue to be peacemakers. We will continue to pray for peace. Any closing thoughts?
Україна переможе. Слава Україні.
Play loud. Ponder that one, Padua. Have a great weekend.